Good evening and welcome to tonight's hearing. The hearing being conducted is in accordance with provisions of Nebraska statutes which require that governing bodies conduct public hearings to take public input regarding proposed budgets, budget amendments, and property tax requests. In compliance with Nebraska Revised Statute Section 13-511, paren 1, paren A, the purpose of this hearing is to provide for public input into the proposed budget amendment to the budget which was adopted on September 10, 2020. Pursuant to Section 84, 1412 of the Nebraska statutes, the public is hereby informed that a current copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is posted in the board meeting room on the north wall. Notice of tonight's hearing was published in accordance to law in the Daily Record and the district website on May 14th, 2021. As indicated on the agenda, there will be one hearing this evening. The Board of Education welcomes public input concerning the proposed budget amendment. Requests to be heard forms are available at the table by the door. Members of the public wishing to comment on the proposed budget amendment may fill out a form now if they have not already done so. Completed forms should be returned to the staff seated by the door or Matt Ray, Secretary to the Board of Education. The public will be recognized in numeric order by hearing number as shown on the agenda. The President will call upon visitors wishing to speak according to the number placed at the top of the request to be heard form once returned to the staff member by the door. The board respectfully asks you to limit your presentation to 5 minutes so all may have an opportunity to speak. The Secretary of the Board will notify you when 1 minute remains, 30 seconds, and again when your time is up. Written comments are always welcome and can be submitted. Mr. Ray, will you please do a roll call?
Cassidy. Erdenberger.
Here.
Head.
Present.
Holman. Cracky.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Snipes.
Here.
Snow. Thielen.
Here.
6 present.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. While the purpose of tonight's meeting is to receive public input, there will be a brief presentation. Information regarding the budget has been posted in this meeting's online agenda. A formal presentation on the amendment will also be made at tonight's board meeting. The Board of Education may make additional changes or modifications to the proposed amendment at tonight's regular board meeting, May 17th, 2021. We will begin the hearing now with a brief presentation by the OPS CFO, Mr. Scott Roberts.
Members of the board, good evening. I've been asked to give some brief remarks regarding the budget amendment that's being proposed at the hearing this evening. A more detailed presentation will be made at the board meeting starting at 6:30 this evening. First, it's important to point out that the cash necessary for this amendment is already on hand and available for use. Additionally, this amendment does not impact our tax levy or other taxpayer funds in the current fiscal year. Favorable winter weather conditions, as well as better than expected labor availability, has resulted in several of our bond projects being ahead of schedule. In order to ensure these projects can continue uninterrupted in the current fiscal year, additional spending authority is needed in order to ensure that those projects will continue. As such, we are seeking a $40 million increase in the Special Building Fund for fiscal year 2020-2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. The first I do not have any requests. I have not received any requests to be heard forms from the public. And as there are no speakers at this time, the hearing is adjourned at 6:06. I would like to thank those of you in attendance, and the board appreciates any input you're present at tonight's meeting. Thank you. Meeting adjourned at 6:07.
fun.
I don't know the name of I forgot, they told me, but I forgot the name of the play for the summer. I know they're doing it outside. They're doing it in an outdoor theater.
Oh, are they going to do it on the field, like down
No,
on?
they're gonna,
I know. But is that sucker dead or something like that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go.